before I talk of Neil Young on the channel, I've just realized I'm yet to do a simple 4-starter albums type video. So this video I'm gonna list 4 albums for the non-fan to start you off on the great man. However, you need to watch this video until the end because there's going to be a very big twist. Firstly, I'm going with Zuma from 1975. The first with the second generation of Crazy Horse, or third if you count the Nils Lofgren one in between. But this lineup was the classic Crazy Horse lineup who instilled the sound of 4 guys that like to play hard, and the chemistry is captured superbly on this record. There's some amazing extended guitar bass pieces like Danger Bird, and of course the beautiful Cortez the Killer, and there's some shorter songs that really pack a punch, like Don't Cry No Tears and Barstool Blues. This is a fantastic album. Neil and Crazy Horse at their best. Second, I'm going with Trance from 1982. Sometimes to understand Neil Young, you need to catch him off guard when he's at his most experimental and trying deliberately not to do what people will think. And this electronic album from the early 80s does just that. One of the things that gives this album such great focus is Neil wrote it while he was trying to help his second son, Ben, who has very severe cerebral palsy, even worse than Gavin's here. Learn to talk for a computer, and this album loosely follows a concept of what it would be like to talk through a computer. The track Transformer Man is beautiful and is about Ben operating his trains through a head switch which he can access by bashing with his head. It also contains an electronic remake of Mr. Soul, which then became heavier Crazy Horse piece, and if it wasn't for this version of this album, I don't think Neil would have then rearranged it again to make such a brilliant workout with Crazy crazy horse. So that's another reason why this album is essential. And at number 3, I'm going with Comes a Time from 1978. This is quite a soft country-ish folky album which came out in the middle of one of some very heavy albums, so clearly it really stands out and shows the softer side of Neil perfectly. It contains Look Out For My Love, which I think is a completely underrated gem. The song is just painfully beautiful. It's got the title track, which came up to be a bit of a new classic. It's got Motorcycle Mama, which is a fun kind of bluesy, kind of swampy song, and Peace of Mind, which is a painfully beautiful song. This album shows a real delicate side to Neil, and it is genuinely wonderful. And at number 4, I'm going with Fork in the Road from 2009. As I said, sometimes to understand Neil, you need him at his most erratic, and my God, you're getting that here. When Neil gets a bee in his bonnet, he definitely lets you know. And this album, he did rather literally have a bee or something in his bonnet, because he was involved in a project in trying to make a Lincoln Continental run on practically zero fuel, and this album is loosely based on that, with songs about private cars and the environment, which are two topics that don't often mix. But of course, if you're Neil, they do mix, and that's what makes this album so wonderful, with its erratic mix of grungy guitar and soft acoustic songs. One of the tracks which has to be mentioned is Light a Candle, which is a beautiful ballad and should be considered a Neil Young classic. Okay, that has been my 4 selected Neil Young albums to start with, and I said there's a twist coming. Do you want to know? The truth is, I did not pick those albums. I just randomly selected them and thought I'd see if I could argue they are a great 4 to start with, 'cause to be honest, when it comes to Neil, there's just too much to pick, and every album shows a very unique, different style to him. The first album, Zuma, is a crazy horse album and brilliant. Definitely one I would have picked. Then I had Comes Time, which is a soft, folky album, not the kind of album I'd listen to all the time, but it is a lovely album. And then, Thank You AI, we had Trance, which was bloody hard to argue because Neil doing electronica is fucking weird. However, because it's got that link to a son that gives the album much more sentimental value and sentimental impact compared to everything else it put out in the 80s. To be honest, it's only the fourth album, Fork in the Road, which I really struggle arguing for. It's a pretty tedious album. Hell, I don't mind the environmental message, but the songs just aren't very good. However, there's the one track, Light a Candle, is lovely. So, if you are watching this video for genuine albums to start with, I'd say Zuma, without a doubt, one of my favourites. Comes a Time, it's softer than most, but does have some lovely songs. Trance, where it's incredibly experimental, but the fact that he's doing it kind of with his son in mind gives it such a sentimental focus that makes it a lot more listenable than you'd imagine Neil Young doing electronica would sound like. To be honest, it's only Fork in the Road, which I wouldn't argue is a good album to start with. In fact, I barely argue it's a good album to finish with. It's pretty awful. Apart from, I said, Light a Candle, that song is beautiful, and I don't mind the political stuff. It's just when the songs are shite, so the album is too. Go for the first three, it's maybe not Fork in the Road. Okay, thank you for indulging me on this little experiment. I hope you enjoyed. Please whack the like button, hit subscribe, leave a comment, all that stuff, and see you in the next video.